How's my wig looking? Good? Happy Halloween, everybody. If you don't recognize me, it's Catherine, it's me. I know, you couldn't tell. I'm so excited with the response that I've gotten from the first video, and I want to give you a special Halloween version. Okay, so guess who I am? Here's a hint. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. Get it? It's Marilyn Monroe. I'm Marilyn Monroe, which, by the way, I feel like that entire performance is a tad bit overrated. I mean, people are acting like it's like the sexiest thing they've ever seen in their life. And I'm like, okay, people, have you never seen like a pretty girl sing happy birthday before? Because that's how I always sing happy birthday. I'm a hit at parties. So every year for Halloween, I like to go all out. I wanted to do something that would just shock everybody. I found a picture of, oh, there's a siren going off. Imagine living here. I found a vintage photo of Marilyn Monroe in black lingerie with a witch's hat. I was like, this is the OG conspiring witch. Marilyn Monroe is iconic. She was Kim Kardashian before Kim Kardashian was even born. And she is kind of where the origin of the term witch hunt even started. Everyone cared what she was doing, where she was going, what she was wearing, who she was doing. Does that make Marilyn the original conspiring witch? I like it. So it's only right that on a day like today, I give you conspiracy theories about the OG conspiring witch, Marilyn Monroe. On August 5th, 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles guest house. Police originally said it was accidental. The coroner said it was suicide, and I've seen enough conspiracies to know that it could possibly be murder. So, what really happened in the death of Marilyn Monroe? Let's conspire, shall we? So here's the thing. So while it was said that it was suicide by pills and she was found next to an empty pill bottle, when they did the autopsy, there were no pills to be found. Instead, it said that she was actually death by lethal injection. And whether that's true or not, I don't know, but there was a small mysterious bruise found on her lower body. So there's something going on here that we don't know about. So I know that I usually say that I don't dive into government conspiracies because people will come after you. Which, by the way, I need that on a shirt that says, I don't dive into government conspiracies because people will literally come after you. An icon. There was a shocking realization that I found while I was Googling about Marilyn Monroe's death. And I was like, oh, I'm in danger. So the first thing, if you watch my last video, you see that I dove in about the JFK grassy knoll conspiracy. Well, JFK is at it again because the conspiracy theory number one about Marilyn Monroe's death is that the Kennedys did it. Marilyn Monroe was found just 2.5 months after her sultry happy birthday performance to John F. Kennedy. If you can't handle a girl singing you happy birthday, then I don't know what to tell you. Why is no one talking about how sexy Mariah Carey is when she sings All I Want for Christmas Is You, but Marilyn Monroe sings happy birthday and all of a sudden, whoa! Cover up. The only person that really has enough resources to really cover up that scandal would probably be the president. People were talking about it, and that became a liability to the president. So as they kind of became increasingly paranoid, / she was kind of acting crazy and they didn't know what to make of it, they were like, we have no choice but to have her killed. I feel like, you know, sit her down and have a conversation. Here's the thing, JFK, is it takes two people to tango, and maybe you should have thought about this before boning like the #1 famous celebrity in the world. Don't take my advice, I'm just the one with multiple failed showmances. Theory number 2 is that the mafia did it. So I'm not really a big expert on this theory, / I'm terrified of the mafia, so we're just gonna leave this one right here. Mafia, don't come after me. Between this video and the last video, I'm in danger. Where's that sniper at? Theory number 3 of Marilyn Monroe's death is that she was killed because she knew too much about aliens. I know another blonde girl that knows a little bit too much about aliens and may or may not have leaked government information on live TV. I'm in danger. There is a theory that Marilyn Monroe was murdered by CIA agents because while she was out canoodling with JFK and during their pillow talk, he told her information about UFOs, a UFO crash, Area 51. She has a friend who knows somebody who knows something about UFOs. Let me tell you. So apparently they have documents and wiretap footage of conversations with Marilyn Monroe that happened the day before she died about Area 51, aliens. So supposedly Marilyn was threatening on hosting a press conference to air everything out. And it was just too much of a liability for the government to handle. So if Marilyn Monroe was really murdered for what she knew about aliens, Area 51, UFOs, am I next? Like, help. So the fourth and final conspiracy about Marilyn Monroe's death is that she didn't die at all. She's actually still out living and vacationing in Bora Bora somewhere with Tupac. And they're just laughing at all of us saying like, haha, they think we died, but we're out here living our best lives. There is a theory that her death was staged by her psychiatrist because they wanted to get her away from all the death threats. She was just in a very negative place. So they admitted her to a mental institution in Canada. So this theory is supported by a guy by the name of John Alexander Baker, who supposedly was driving in Canada one day and he picked up this hitchhiker that was crazed, schizophrenic, looked homeless, and she was telling him about her former life as a movie star and basically telling him that she was Marilyn Monroe. I've run into a couple crackheads in my day. And if a crackhead was to tell me that they were Marilyn Monroe, I'd probably be like, okay, cool. Like, this guy says that she supposedly looked like Marilyn Monroe, sung like Marilyn Monroe, had stories that were very convincing that she was Marilyn Monroe. So Marilyn, where are you at? Are you out in Canada? Are you hitchhiking? Do you need a place to stay? Because they're here. I think out of all the conspiracies, this is the one that I really hope is accurate. If she is still alive, whether she's hitchhiking in Canada, whether she's vacationing in Bora Bora with Tupac, whether she's just living among us in plain sight, I hope that she at least found her happiness that she's been looking for. So out of all of these conspiracies, conspiracy 1, the Kennedys did it, conspiracy 2, the Mafia did it, conspiracy 3, she was killed off by the CIA because she knew too much about aliens, or conspiracy 4, she's still alive and well. What do you think really happened to Marilyn Monroe? Conspire below. So thanks again for joining in, everybody. You got the conspiring bitch talking about the conspiring witch. Subscribe below. I think that that's how it goes. I'm still kind of new to this whole thing. I hope you all have a happy, happy Halloween and conspire away, bitches.